Stay tuned for all the fun details on the Dancing with the Stars after show starting right now.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Welcome, everyone. If you watched tonight's Dancing with the Stars episode, you know that is a song that Amber and Max danced to, but we will get to all that very soon. I'm your host, Annika Michelle, and with me is my lovely co-host.
Hi, I'm Laura Beth Hill, and you can follow me on Twitter at LadyLBH.
Thanks, you guys, for joining us again. This was a fast show, but before we get into tonight's, we'll briefly talk about last week's elimination. Now, I know we talked about this last week, and we thought it was just our issue. Like, we couldn't see Jake and Jenna's dance, and we did tell you guys, like, please tweet us. We tried to watch it online. We couldn't watch it online before the show. And Jake and Jenna, the bottom four were Max and Amber, Maureen and Artem, Jake and Jenna, and Ryan and Cheryl. And in the end, Jake and Jenna end up going home.
Right, yeah, which I thought was fair.
Yeah. Well, did you think, I mean, we ended up later on finding out that the blackout was from Dancing with the Stars. Like, they were having technical issues.
Oh.
And so a lot of America didn't see Jake and Jenna's dance.
Well, then that's not fair.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I feel like no one got to see it to vote for it.
Yeah.
Then how is he going to stay?
Because for me, I would have probably agreed with that when I saw it afterwards.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if you've not seen it, how would anybody know how to vote?
No, I don't think that's right. And do you think, before I'll tell you my opinion, but do you think they should have given them an extra week because of that technical difficulty that was beyond their control? And just said, you know what, you were in the bottom, we're going to say this, but because people didn't get to watch your dance, we're going to just go ahead and let you have one more week to save yourself. And if you're going home next week, you're going home next week, but at least people would have had a chance to see you. Or would you just say, you're in the bottom, no one voted, you got to go out?
I think I would have probably let them go through because it's so early on in the competition. It's not like the semifinals, you know. So if it's so early on, then they'd have got weeded out later on if they were meant to go. So I think it would have been fairer to let them stay.
It's true. I think that they should have stayed as well and just given them an extra week and just said, prove yourself. Now, maybe you did an excellent job, but no one saw, so you need to do an excellent job again if you want to stay,
Yeah.
And it does, and like you said, Jenna is her first time.
Yeah, it's the first time she's been a pro on the show, and she seemed great, which is wonderful, but that costume...
I know.
The world's gone crazy over that costume, and I can completely understand why, because it is a family show. It seemed a little bit inappropriate.
And she's young, too. One of the younger ones.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both young, so...
They seem to get on well, but I just don't know how much he actually wanted to be on the show.
Yeah.
Some of them are really, grafting and really want to be there, trying to learn as much as they can, and he just didn't seem very positive about the whole experience.
Maybe they did have a chat with him, and he was like, you know what, just let me go. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I will say that when Jake and Jenna and Ryan and Cheryl was training, it was like that side split camera, side view, and you can just tell in his face, like, he knew he was going home. Like, I mean, not that he knew beforehand, but he just kind of knew it was coming, you know? Like, he just was like, this is it. They're going to say our name and we're out.
That's what I mean. I feel like he has a bit of a negative approach to everything. Yeah, like, oh, well, it'll be us. And when he found out he was doing the Go Diego Go.
That's right.
Yeah. He was like, oh, well, I guess I'll have to deal with that. And I thought, yeah, but they're your fans. They're the people that are voting for you.
And not only that, but like Maureen had to dance to her theme song, so you're not the only one that has to dance. Vanilla Ice danced to his song the first week. So it's like, everyone's having fun with it, This is why you're on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
What are you going to do? But they will be back for the finals.
Right.
When they all kind of come back and support who wins. But we had to start with that because, I don't know, I think they should have given them another week just so America could have seen them dance, because we honestly thought it was on our end. Like, something happened, we tried to go online, we tried to do everything, and it just was not working. So
yeah, it's a shame.
It's sad a lot of America missed out, and that they kind of got punished for something that's beyond their control,
Yeah. But hey,
it happens. What are you going to do? But on to better stuff, face-offs this week. This was a very fast episode, and I think I kind of liked it.
I liked it because it was all about the dancing.
It was all about the dancing,
It
just
was
like
bam, bam,
bam,
bam.
in and out, and go, you know.
But I missed the judges' comments because I was like, did they agree with what I was thinking, and what were they thinking? And I think their scores matched with what I was thinking, but it would have been nice to
hear it.
Yeah, exactly what they thought. And I bet they were like sat there desperate to say what they were thinking.
Yes,
you know?
I agree. I did miss their comments. I just liked the fastness of the show. Like, it just kind of went boom, 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 where I felt like there wasn't too many commercials we had to fast forward through this time, you know, which was
true.
A nice little break. Although we did miss Erin tonight because Tom was hosting alone. Yeah. Erin's boyfriend's nephew passed away, which is really sad. So she's being with him, and we send our love and to their family. It's so, absolutely. Yeah. But someone else is not replacing, but someone else is standing in for Tom Bergeron. I mean, with Tom Bergeron tomorrow.
Kim Johnson?
Is that what they confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kim Johnson, I think so, yeah.
Earlier they said it's not confirmed yet, but I guess they just confirmed it.
I think so, yeah.
I think that's a good choice. That's a good choice. I like it.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see how that's
she's
going to be.
hosting the after show anyway. Yeah, so I think
she'll be fine. And I did kind of miss the, like, you know, when Erin talks to the dancers and the pros, like, oh, okay, well, let's find out your judges' scores. Like, when talks to them a little bit about whatever happened. There was none of that tonight. It was very fast and to the point.
But you know what? We'll see that tomorrow.
Yes,
in the result show, because they always show, like, when they're doing the dance and then they have the microphone on and we get to hear what they were actually saying through the dances, you know, and we hear Bruno commenting, going, ooh, and all of that through the dance. So I think it'll be interesting, more interesting tomorrow. We'll get to see behind the scenes, so to speak, and what they were really feeling.
It's true, and I'm excited to see how all that goes down. But this week we started off, the first dance was the Jive.
Yes.
With Jana and Gleb. And Allison and Babyface.
Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't wowed.
No. Allison and Babyface.
Okay.
I have to say that their song "Great Gosh Almighty," that was a better song to me than the one that Jen and Gleb danced to, because I felt like it was a bit more fun and upbeaty and thing. And I feel like Babyface was a little bit stiff, but he seemed like he was having more fun on the dance floor than I've seen him have before. So it was, he kind of was like loosening up, but not as loose as I would like him to be with his steps. And Jive is a very fast dance. You have to hit those like quickly, those marks, you know?
It's hard. Yeah, you need a lot of strength and control for Jive, because you've got to punch every single part.
It's true.
And if you haven't got that, it's very difficult, and it's so fast, like you say, and you can only get that speed when you've got the technique. Yeah. And until then, it's sloppy, and you're almost like dragging behind and trying to catch up the whole time. And I think he did a great job, but it was, for me, too stiff. It looked like he could do with another couple of weeks of rehearsals so that it was relaxed into his body, and then he could, you know, just go for it. Whereas he looked like he was just a little bit panicked and trying to remember it all.
Remember the steps.
Yeah, and get through it.
It's not easy to do. I mean, I don't know if y'all have ever danced the Jive before, but it is incredibly a very fast dance. And your feet are going faster than they probably look like they are. So they're probably out of breath, trying to hold a face, look like they're having fun. And it's only, you know, this is still the beginning of the competition.
Yeah. The Jive shows all your faults. That's what I feel like. You can't,
and they started off the show, they were the first ones, so it was a little tough. But I do have to say that I do think his stiffness, he's starting to loosen up a bit, not fully to the extent I want him to, but every week I feel like I see an improvement with him, and I'm excited to see what will happen if he is safe tomorrow.
Yeah, I think he will be. And I think, you know, when we see the footage, I think he's really focusing in his training, trying to get the technique. Yes. He's with Allison, so, you know, she's good.
And that rehearsal footage that they showed, I had the first comment, I was like, her body after this baby's out of control. Allison, I give my hats off to you. I don't know how you did it. I mean,
even if she hadn't had a baby, I would die for that baby.
It's like insane to me, but she looks amazing. They all do. I mean, they're dancers. They have to keep it up. They have to, you know, but that was, my God, she just had a child.
She's gorgeous,
Yeah, and then Jen and Gleb,
they didn't move. It felt like the dance was stuck on one spot. Yeah. And that's his fault, you know, with the choreography.
Right.
And I mean,
I wanted them to use more of the floor.
Yeah. It's like, start moving around. It seemed like she was a little bit trapped on the spot. She didn't seem very comfortable in it. She was smiling like she was enjoying it. And then towards the end, I don't know if she went wrong or if she just sort of tripped up on her own steps a little bit, but I don't know, just towards the end it seemed like it sort of went off a little bit, like she was covering it, but perhaps she
missed
just
a step
momentarily,
or something.
because
but her face showed it.
Well, when you're going that fast and you miss a beat, I mean, it's so hard to get back into it.
Yeah, because they're already 5 steps ahead of you.
I know.
It's crazy. No, I agree. I don't know. I wasn't the biggest fan of their dance this week.
That's what I mean. It was
they ended up getting a 26 from the judges, and Allison Babyface got 25. So they were ahead by 1 point. But honestly, I
would have put it the other way.
Me too. I kind of enjoyed Allison Babyface's more, even though he was stiff. I just something about it. And Jenna and Gleb, I love them. Usually, I've loved their dancers so far, and I think that she's doing a phenomenal job. You know, something about it. I just was not feeling it. It seemed like. It's a jive and it's fast, but for some reason when they were dancing, it seemed like kind of slow and not dragged out, but just kind of slower than it's
like they were a little bit behind the beat, and you need to be like bang on the beat
and hitting it. So that's just kind of how it felt with me. I did love their pink costumes, though. I will say that, and her little poodle skirt, that was very cute. I have to give hats off to them, and they got a 26. So. They are safe.
The judges like them. Yeah,
they're safe. They are safe. But please, you know, obviously Allison and Babyface do need your votes if you did like their dance, so go ahead and vote for them. Then the next one was Vanilla Ice versus Rick Perry doing the Paso Doble.
Yes.
Which is a very intense dance.
I loved it. I love the Paso Doble.
I do too.
It's so good. And I think Rick did a great job. And I think his stance, you know, very
posture,
formal, chest out, and all of that, really suited Paso Doble perfectly. A little bit stiff, but you know,
that's okay for that.
Exactly. It doesn't matter too much. And you know, he's still learning. He's a non-dancer, complete non-dancer.
It's true.
And he's doing incredibly well. And he had his ankle injury.
Yes.
Which they touched
on.
They
showed in the rehearsal, And that's not easy. And then, you know, I have to say, I think it's cute that Vanilla Ice and Rick Perry do have this bromance going on. Like, it's so cute. Like, out of everyone that could have bonded, I don't know if I would have guessed these two, but
I know.
That's adorable to me.
Both from Texas. Yeah. And that little bit of rivalry was really fun.
And of course,
as well.
They pair up the bromances on this face off because that's what they want. They want the drama. They want we're going up against your best friend, you know?
Yeah.
But I have to say, I agree with you. His stance and everything, I even put very Matador feel to it.
Yeah, exactly.
He nailed that feel and that, like, strong and that, you know? I loved it. I thought they did a great job. And they got a 23. And then Vanilla Ice and Whitney also got a 23.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I think Whitney did more tricks and spins on the floor than Emma did. Emma didn't do really, like, Whitney kind of like spun around on the floor and like did a couple of tricks on the floor that I was like, I'm surprised I didn't give you higher score from the judges, you know?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really pick up on that, to be honest with you, but I did pick up on why does Vanilla Ice have to always wear a hat and look like he's a rapper?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know, this is Paso Doble. Couldn't we have like moved on from that? We get that that's his thing, that he's a rapper.
Right.
Okay, fine. You know, but now like give him a chance. To be just a dancer. Professional doing this. Really get into the style of it, and he really gets into character. His energy is, you know,
he's great.
Right up there. Probably more energy than anybody else on the stage. And he loves it. He really loves it. And I think in rehearsals, he's really trying hard because he got frustrated. And, you know, he's really into it.
He had a cut on his wrist.
He got his cut on his wrist. And the choreography was, you know,
I loved it. I really did.
And Whitney looked amazing.
She looked great. I was honestly surprised they got a tie. Not to say that Rick and Emma were bad. I didn't think they were bad at all. I think Rick has improved tremendously since the beginning, and his stance and his form and his posture and everything is gotten better. I mean, not to the point to win at this moment, but who's to say what's going to happen?
Right.
I also think that Vanilla Ice obviously has performing experience.
Yeah, he's a natural.
So, you know, it comes a little bit easier to him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm very shocked that they both got 23s. I really expected like 26 or up for both of these couples.
Oh, did you?
I really did.
I don't know if I would have put Rick any higher, but Vanilla Ice, he has this real connection with his partner, which very few of them have have got so far, because I think they're concentrating so hard
on the steps,
on the technique, on everything else, that actually having that musicality, having that connection with their partner when it comes to the dancing, very few of them have got. And I think Vanilla Ice has that, and I think it's a natural thing
that comes
for him.
Out
it just comes naturally
for
to him.
sure.
Exactly. And so for me, that would have just pushed his score up a little bit higher than what I would have given Rick. Oh, and I just have to mention the costumes for Rick.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
Those were awesome. I loved it. And it was I think that added to him kind of feeling like strong and holding up his posture and his arm placement and everything.
It helps
because he's feeling like the matador. And he even said in the rehearsal footage that he's like, oh, I feel like a matador in this dance, and then he put on the costume and I think it came full to life.
I mean, you saw in rehearsal when he was behind the curtain, even just using curtain light, he was loving it. And that's what I mean as well about Vanilla Ice. He's always wearing the cap, he's always looking like that. His posture's a little bit hunched over at times, and if he was, doing a more traditional costume, everything else, maybe he'd stand up a little bit taller, and
it would affect
a little
the
bit
dance.
More exactly. Course. I think it would help.
I mean, obviously we found out tonight that if there's any ties, that Len would be the tiebreaker. This is the only one that he had to break the tie on. Since they both got 23. Len gave immunity to Vanilla Ice and Whitney. Who would you have saved?
The same.
Really?
Yeah. I think to me it was.
I feel like
better dance.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, if I was judging it, I would have scored them not a tie. So there would be no one to save. I mean, I really liked Vanilla. I think Winnie did a lot more tricks. So I agree with why she got saved. I think she did a lot more kind of harder dance moves and tricks on the floor and spins that I didn't see with Emma and Rick. Granted, it might be a little bit harder because of the age difference between, Rick and...
Possibly,
yeah. So I would have probably saved Vanilla Ice and Whitney because I feel like they brought more tricks into the dance, and that would have wowed me to save them. That would be my vote. I see what Len did there. So we'll save
Vanilla then.
Yeah, but obviously I like Rick and Emma. They have a chance of going home tomorrow. But not if you guys go out there and vote. And I think he's
going to be saved. I think
he's going to be saved. I think this presidential campaign that's coming up is in his favor right now.
Yeah,
for sure. Next, we saw Ryan versus James on the cha-cha.
Yes, love the cha-cha-cha dance. Do you want to start with this one?
Yeah, sure, I'll start. That's fine.
Yours might be more positive than mine.
Okay, yeah, sure. So it started with James and Sharna, and I thought, first of all, we all knew that James could dance.
Yeah.
And
he's good.
It's shocking, I think, to America because no one really expected everyone kind of thought he'd be the last one to be able to move. I know it probably crossed my mind, but he had such fluid hip movements, and the hip, the thrusts were so strong and on point that I was like, okay, I see you cha-chaing over there, James.
Right. But when he did that little hip swing, I was like, oh no, don't do that. I felt embarrassed.
Did you?
It was like a dad at a wedding to me.
My
I was
gosh.
like, oh no. It's not, I don't know, he doesn't ooze sex appeal. It doesn't seem sexy and that kind of emotion.
Right.
It seems a little bit like it's stuck in his head almost, and that it's not, I don't know how to explain it. It's not coming out
correctly because he's still thinking about it.
He's like, oh yeah, hip sway, rather than, imagine Vanilla Ice doing that.
Right.
He would have just said,
Yeah.
and freed it up. But that will come in time.
Of course.
When he gets stronger technique, more confidence, then when he gets out there, they say train like an athlete, perform like an artist.
Right.
And that only comes with time.
It's very true.
So... I think it will happen. He's definitely one to watch.
They did get the higher score out of the two. They got the 29, and Ryan and Shaw got the 25.
They were really good.
Yeah, if I had to pick, I would definitely have picked James and Sharna.
Definitely.
I thought he was just, it comes kind of natural to him. I feel like any kind of dancing, anything they've kind of given to him, he's succeeded in.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see what comes next for him and what they throw at his way, and will they give him more of a challenging thing to do, because he stepped up to the plate and done it. And I'm very impressed, because who knew an IndyCar race car driver would
be so good. I know he's cramped in that car.
Cramped in the car. Maybe that's the way he needs to get out and move out the muscles. I don't know. He's been doing good, and his technique has been
But
great.
I think that's the thing. That's the key. Now we're on week 3.
Right.
And so those that have been really focusing on technique with their partners, I feel they're going to have the longevity in the show.
Of course, yes.
And I think that James and Sharna have been working on their technique. I mean, she says he texts her with questions.
Right.
He's watching it on video. He's constantly on it, even though he's not with her all the time because he's away.
Yeah, he does research.
But yeah, he's always on it and trying. And that's what's going to take him far, I think.
It's very true.
It's that mentality. You know, the ones that just have fun, it's like, okay, that's great, but your
They're not
dancing's
gonna
only
make
going to
it-
go so
yeah.
far. Yeah.
Because
So
once
he's
it
gonna
gets
be good.
later on, the judges get harder with their scoring
Yeah.
as they go. And so it's not going to be as easy to get the 7s, the 8s, the 9s,
Yeah.
you know? So, and once you get later on, you do want to get those 10s. You know, we're still waiting for the first 10 of the season.
Yeah,
So
exactly. You can't just have a gimmick
yeah.
the whole way
No,
through the
it's
season.
not going to work. It's not going to work. But Ryan and Cheryl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to just say this. I have something to say that I found out online about them, but I'm going to first start with this.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly felt like ripping his shirt was a gimmick to distract him from his dance moves.
It was great. I enjoyed
I mean,
it.
I'm not complaining about the gimmick, but I'm just saying, I think that was like her way of being like, oh, you can't, you're still really stiff and you're not, you know, able to loosen up and just kind of let it go and have fun on the dance
Yeah.
floor. I'm just going to rip open your shirt. They're going to be looking at your abs. You know, they'll score you higher. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
It didn't really work for her. I mean,
No, it
they
didn't.
still weren't the top couple in that
Yeah,
face-off.
exactly. And it was interesting to me. So you had James and Ryan, who are two very competitive people. That's what
They did. They
compete,
two
right?
athletes against each other.
But then when we saw the video footage, granted, I mean, we only see a little tiny bit.
Right.
But they didn't seem too competitive. They weren't fired up, you know, they were just
Yes.
like, oh, we're having fun and we're goofing around. And, well, Ryan was. And then I thought, well, that kind of showed, in my opinion, because he was kind of too floppy.
Yeah.
He needs to really concentrate on
Focus.
focus on his technique, get more strength there. You know, when you're out there dancing and performing, you know, he's kind of the opposite extreme to James. James maybe needs to loosen up and enjoy it a bit more.
Yeah.
And Ryan needs to focus on his technique a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan has said, I mean, we saw when he was putting his leg up on that bar, that poor
Yeah.
man's flexibility.
I know.
He was struggling to put his leg up on that ballet bar, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, and
that's
he's
gotta be painful.
strong.
Yeah, and I like I said this week after week, it just surprises me someone who swims for a living is not more
Yeah.
fluid in his motions. I just boggles my mind.
But the thing is, some of his muscles will be like sort of overbuilt, if you like, in certain
because
areas.
he swims for how many
Like,
hours a day, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And because those muscles might be really strong and tense, yeah, it might be harder for him to
loosen up.
extend when
Yeah.
he needs to. Yeah.
And so I read an article on People magazine that
Mm-hmm.
Cheryl revealed that Ryan gets not jealous, oh my gosh, very nervous before each dance. He gets very jealous. No, he gets very nervous before each dance. So I'm going to read
bless
to you
him.
all what Cheryl tells him before each dance. And this is,
Okay.
I quote, she says, "You're only dancing with me. We're dancing for each other. Focus on what you have to do and keep your head up and have fun with it. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance you get. This is not just about learning how to dance and doing the best you can. It's about showing America who you truly are as a person."
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Cheryl.
Go, Cheryl.
Yeah, and I think that probably, like, I mean, I can understand. Look, just in that room alone is 800 live audience.
Wow. Yeah, so a lot of
Just
people.
in that room alone. And let me
Yeah.
tell you, y'all think it looks huge on TV. That dance floor is not that big. It surprised me week after week after week how somebody is not like hitting the person in the front row because
Yeah.
they really don't have that much room to dance, which I think it looks bigger because they have the stairs that go up, you know, that they come
the
in from the
stage,
curtains, and then the
yeah.
stairs that go back up to like the skybox.
skybox.
And it's really not that big. Like the first comment that everyone says who walks in there for the first time is like, wow, how do they dance on this? I'm like, I don't know. And then like when they get the whole like group dances on there and there's multiple people, and I'm just surprised no one's
tricky.
hurt
Yeah.
because it is not a big dance floor. It is not that huge of a studio to fit 800 people in there. You know, I mean, it's big, but not to the extent that you would
Not that
imagine
big,
at
yeah.
home. It looks a lot bigger on TV. So I can understand his nerves and his like, but
yeah, it's incredibly nerve-wracking experience, even more so for him,
yes,
with the
of
whole
course,
protest
the whole
and
thing that
everything
happened.
else. Yeah, it's really, really tough for him. And the emotions are high. You see his mum crying sat there.
Yeah.
It's an incredibly emotional experience for him. And when you're that nervous and emotional, it's going to affect your body. He's probably shaking before he goes on. And then to overcome that and remember everything he's supposed to do, he does a fantastic job.
I mean, I'm sure it'd be the same thing if it was swimming with, the famous athletes and Cheryl had to learn how to swim and Ryan was teaching. It'd be the same thing.
Of course,
you're out of your element, you're out of what you've never done.
Zone. Yeah.
And he did say, I don't know if you guys have read this yet or not, but I did see online that he did say that after that whole incident with the protesters that he literally went to the producers and said, I want to get off the show. I want to be done. I want to quit.
No.
Like that actually made him want to quit because he said, I saw my mom crying. I saw my girlfriend upset, but then he said, the producers were also nice. The Dancing with the Stars family kind of supported him and said, no, you can't go. We're going to make sure this doesn't happen again. Security is on lockdown, And he talked to his girlfriend. His girlfriend's like, you can't let this stop you. So he decided to stay. So we might not have even seen this dance if he had really left.
Yeah.
When the protesters
so all of that's
told
been
him.
going on this week, as well as him learning the dance.
Yeah.
We're not even aware of that.
It's not easy.
It's very, very hard. I think he's done a great job. I do. And I think it's, testament to him that he has decided to stay in. And I think it's great because now we get to see bits of his personality. And he does seem like a nice guy.
It's true.
Cheryl seems to get on with him great. He seems like a fun guy,
Like a goofball, yeah.
Yeah, he's a goofball. I mean, what happened, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think he's trying to redeem himself and trying to like make a new image for himself.
And this is such a great opportunity for him to do that.
And had he left when the protesters did that, had he quit the show, then I think people would have been like,
good.
Yeah. No, that would have been like bad PR just stacking up on him. But the fact that he stayed and was like, no, I'm not going to let these two people stop me from enjoying my time here.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of has, dealt with bullies at one point, I'm sure, but you can't let them stop you. You have to keep going. You have to keep pursuing what you want to do. And
that's America. America's supposed to be about second chances.
Yeah, exactly. I have to say, before the next dance, though, there was a little commercial, not commercial break, but back from the commercial break. It was Hillary and Trump dancing, and I could not stop laughing. It was Brittany and Alan doing the tango as Hillary and Trump. And Trump's mask, honestly, cracked me up because his mouth is open, and it was so fun. I thought that was really cute. And because it's so fitting for the debates tonight.
Yeah.
Which is why we had a fast show. But that was cute. I thought that was adorable that they did that. I had to comment on that little tango that they did. That was really cute. But going on to Tara Jolie and Calvin Johnson Jr. with the Viennese waltz.
Best section
Both
of the
of them,
whole entire
honestly.
show. Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
She blows my mind every week, Tara.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And I love when she said she wants to turn her disability into an ability.
It's true. I mean, everyone, I feel like, everyone has something that I think will hold them back. Hers, she thought it's her height. And it could go both ways. Let me tell you, I'm tall and my height has held me back from stuff because of the fact people will be like, you're too tall to do this. And it's like, that's not true. Who are you to say I'm too tall, to do this or whatever. And to her, I'm sure they told her the same thing when she first was saying, I want to go on Dates with the Stars. I'm sure people were like, haha, you're not going to make it on. Who's going to be able to partner it? I'm sure she got all the negative comments that anyone can imagine. And I love that she's standing up and she's saying, no, we're all the same. We're all people. We all want to be treated with respect. And I honestly think she killed this dance. She did so good.
Is. And you don't even notice the height difference.
No, you don't. That's what I'm
dancing.
saying. It's crazy.
And that's also testament to Sasha. Is it Sasha?
Sasha,
yeah.
yes.
Sasha is so clever the way he's done it. He
choreographs it.
A hand on his shoulder. And it doesn't look awkward, even if it doesn't quite reach the shoulder. It's so well placed. Her posture is phenomenal. Oh my goodness, I love her posture.
Yeah,
and she has such a great attitude. She does get very emotional.
She does.
She was nearly
they get
crying,
the tears out
she?
of her a lot. They do, but it works
even on stage.
And I have to say, I remember the first week when it first premiered. She said, "I don't want people to look at me and think I'm short and dancing this. I want them to think I'm a person and dancing." And honest to God, when I watched her tonight, I was like, I did not see the height difference.
No.
I really didn't. Because the way that he choreographed and the way that she did these steps and did her technique and had her, as you said, her posture and everything and the smile and the emotions in her face during the song, just everything together. And I love that in the end of it, he kind of walked away and she kind of had her moment alone on stage to soak that all in. Like, yes, I did this, you know?
This is a journey for her. It's really an emotional experience, the whole thing. Yeah, it's not, I don't think it's just about the dancing. It's about her showing the world, you know,
and like
what she can do. And, you know,
it's not just for her, it's for everyone in the world that has something that they think is holding them back.
Exactly.
Regardless what it might be, you know?
Exactly. And I feel like, you know, we were saying, oh, you train like an athlete, perform like an artist, and she does that. How has she got to that level so quick?
Good.
That you can see she's got the technique there, but when she goes out on the floor, it doesn't hold her back.
No.
You know, it actually has the opposite effect, and it frees her to just go for it, and she's enjoying it and loving it. And the musicality, I mean, wow. I just think
I thought
it's incredible.
She was beautiful, just beautifully
really
done. And it's kind of tough because this is like two good people that they paired up against each other.
Definitely the best two.
Calvin and Lindsay. It was absolutely breathtaking. And I love that Lindsay told him, like, pretend this is an egg, like, you know, the head's like an egg, and you just be gentle. And honest to God, when I saw him holding her head during the dance, and he was being so gentle and just like a complete gentleman, and it looked like a dance out of a movie that you would see like in some, you know, 1950s or like old time cute moment in the park. Like, it just was stunning. And honestly, for a second, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot who the pro was.
That's it. He is just of such a high standard already.
Yes.
I mean, he's got somewhere to go. His hands, I think he worked on his hands, still needs to work on that a little bit more. I feel like maybe he doesn't quite know what he's supposed to do with them, rather than them being an extension of, you know, the back through the arm, through the hand. So that will come, but you can see it's been worked on. His hands were so much better than last week.
And they have a height difference as well, because she's pretty tiny and he's pretty tall.
Yeah.
But even with them, I think it's funny that the two height difference kind of couples were faced up against each other. And even so, her posture, obviously she's professional, but still, I could not see the height difference between those two.
Well, and because he doesn't stoop. He stands
straight as well.
It doesn't affect them. Yeah, they still have that great frame.
Because if he did, you know, like hunch over, I think that would be more obvious and it would look horrible. His stance and his posture would, you know, the technique is gone. But the fact that he stands up straight, she stands up straight, and then they still nail it with that height difference, I mean, it was a close score. Tara and Sasha got 30 and Calvin and Lindsay got 32. Mm-hmm. It was close. I mean, it was really close. And it's a shame that they were up against each other because they were both such good dancers.
So good. Maybe Calvin's routine was slightly harder. And that bit when he dragged
her on the ground. Oh, so beautiful.
I mean, that must have been so difficult. And they made it look effortless.
I just could imagine, like, if she was doing that, like, you know, being there live or whatever, and it's like with the shoe, like, the shoe is so, like, they had to put some glide thing on it or something, because she's just, like, sliding like there's nothing there. Like, it's I'm sure that probably is not the most comfortable position to slide in, you know, but she's like, this is a ride, let's go.
Yeah, they both did tension in the body where he needed, and then the rest of you looks relaxed and, like, you know, like,
it looked so fun. It looked like I could go do that move, and I definitely know I cannot. So
I know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're so good that this is what happens anytime you watch people who are so good. They make you believe that you can do it yourself.
Because they make it look effortless.
Yeah. Like, this is nothing. Oh, me sliding on the floor in the splits position. Oh, it's nothing. I do this every day, which she probably does. But
well, I think Calvin's one to watch. I wouldn't be surprised if he was in the finals.
Top 4, I'm calling it.
He's really focused.
For sure.
He's really good. He can perform. He's got the technique. He's getting better. And that's an important thing in this competition.
Yes.
Who is getting better?
And I honestly think they're all kind of improving from week 1 that we saw them. Their technique has gotten better. They're starting to loosen up. If they're not completely at that point of comfort yet, it's getting there.
Yeah,
it's definitely getting there. So I cannot wait maybe in 2 more weeks to see week 5 what everyone's going to be like, you know, and who gets to stay. That's the bigger question. Who gets to keep going?
Definitely Calvin and Tara.
Oh, they're going to be, for sure, top 5.
Yeah, top 5, definitely.
Top 5, 100%. But going on to Amber and Maureen with the salsa, which if y'all watched, we did dance to the JLo song only because it was a fun song to dance to, you know? But, okay, so Amber and Max, I'm going to start with that. Mm-hmm. They danced to JLo's big booty for obvious reasons. Max said it was because of his bum, but we all know definitely wasn't.
Wasn't.
First of all, I have to say that her brunette wig, I did not recognize her at first. When like the camera panned at her in the very beginning, I was like, who is that?
I know, yeah.
I think she's very pretty, and she looks great no matter what's on her head. If she no hair, it doesn't matter. But she just looks so different. I honestly did not recognize her, and I was like, wow, okay, if she ever wanted to disguise, and not be harassed, just put on a brunette wig and go out, you'd be fine. Yeah. I do have to say, though, for the salsa, I was kind of disappointed there wasn't more kind of salsa moves. It felt a bit clubby to me at points, especially with the, like, kind of booty shaking and popping. Like, I know that's her assets. See what I did there?
Yeah, that's definitely her assets.
But I just felt like I just wanted to see more. I wanted to see more salsa steps from him. I wanted to see more salsa steps from her. Mm-hmm. I kind of want to get that feel more of the partnership. I feel like every time they partnered, it was clubby, it was booty popping, it was grinding, it was just like I was at the club with them and having fun. It was a fun, but I did not see salsa, which is why I think they got a lower score than Maureen and Artem, because Maureen and Artem actually did salsa.
Yeah, definitely. I would have been really interested to hear the judges' comments on Amber and Max's one. For me, there wasn't enough content. She looked nervous and as if she was holding back, but definitely much better than the previous weeks.
Right.
When she did the Game of Thrones one.
Yes.
And she tripped, and that was all, threw her off. And I think this will give her confidence this week. It seemed to me that she remembered the routine and she got from beginning to end. So that's great. She needs that boost of confidence. I didn't like the theme of it.
Yeah.
But that's what she was given, and you go with it, don't you? I mean, who decides that? Was that Max's decision? Do you know?
What do you mean, the theme or like the costumes or?
Yeah, that they did big booty and it was like in a club, and
I think the songs they were assigned, because that's what it kind of sounded like when Sasha and Terry Jolie were dancing. So he's like, oh, we got this song. So I think the songs they were given, but as far as like the costumes, I know they have input in what they wear and
what they wear. Yeah.
Yeah, I know they kind of collaborate with the costumers. I just was kind of disappointed. She was in booty shorts, which again, for obvious reasons, but I just wanted to see her in like kind of a salsa, like more hip action, more like salsa moves, more partner work. And when they partner to do salsa, I don't know. We'll see if they're safe next week. I'm curious to see how this is going to go down. Yeah. But Maureen and Artem, she, it looked like in the rehearsal footage was struggling a bit because her body's obviously kind of in pain. This is not easy to do no matter what age you are, I have to say. And being 60 and her having to do this, she is a trooper. Yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to do this show at 60, but she's fighting through the pain, she's fighting through the tears, and she's performing. And at certain points of this dance, I think I could see on her face like the pain, but not the pain of, oh my gosh, like my hip hurts or whatever. It was like the pain of like, I don't want that to show. Yeah. Like she was trying to cover it, but covering it, I kind of saw that like a bit, Yeah.
I think again, this is for Maureen, it's a really emotional journey again.
Yes.
And this is a really big deal for her. Not that it isn't for everybody else, but very emotional. And I don't know, the end seemed a little bit off. I think it was full of content, and she did very well to keep up with that.
Yes.
I think she does get nervous. I mean, did you notice how Artem put his hands over her ears?
Yeah,
before the
judges' scores. And I'm like, they have paddle boards. So she doesn't. Are you going to cover her eyes too? What's going on here?
I think it's because it really throws her off.
Yeah.
She gets very, very affected by what people say. Yeah. And last week she did as well. She got, very emotional. I don't think she handles the constructive criticism too well. Maybe she just takes it as criticism rather than constructive criticism.
But they didn't talk this week. It was just paddle boards.
Yeah, this week it was, but I think that's where her mind's at. She's,
very critical.
Yeah, she's probably very self-critical, exactly, and then it's just too much. But as a dancer, that's what you get 24/7. It's just criticism and critique, but it's to help you to improve
and get better.
Exactly, and it's the ones that listen to it and take on, because those judges are all experts,
of course.
And what they say, even when Julianne, people say, oh, she's so mean, she gives such criticism, but she's actually helping them, and the people that listen to that criticism go away and work on it, whatever it may be, then that's going to lift them up.
Because you don't want the judge to tell you the same critique twice.
No. it's not gonna go.
Like, they
down
told
well.
you once, why didn't you change it? You know, you're on a competition show, work on it.
Yeah, and certain things are not gonna, become perfect overnight, but you're working on
Of
it, like you
course.
say. So yeah, I think for her, she needs to maybe start to enjoy it a little bit more and chill out.
Yeah, just relax.
She's kind
a
of
little
hyper
bit.
all the time, like
Like tense, you mean?
Yeah, and nervous, and it's very intense, the whole experience. I think to a degree she is enjoying it in her own way, but if she relaxed, maybe she'd enjoy it more.
A bit more, yeah.
Yeah,
of course.
And she's beautiful and a really good dancer, and her lines are top here.
Her posture and everything.
Stunning. Her long neck, her open chest, and you feel like her arms are coming from her back rather than just hanging up there. Wonderful.
Even their costumes, I feel like, was a bit more salsa-ish. You know, she had that like big blue, like kind of train off her hips, and like even Artem's, shirt, and I just feel like they were more in it, and they definitely had a lot more salsa moves than Amber and Max, which is why they scored the 28. I don't know if you all spotted, but Barry was in the crowd tonight. Mr. Greg Brady, their older brother on television.
Bring all of the Brady bunch on TV.
I know. I need them to sit in a row, like, 6 of them together, or 5 because she'll be dancing. But I just thought that was cute. Like, her TV older brother came to support her, which was adorable. But yeah, and when they found out that they're safe, just her reaction just was so heartwarming, because you can tell she so badly wants this.
Yeah, I love her,
And like everyone can relate to her. Everyone who grew up watching Brady Bunch, and like the moms who are maybe around her age, who grew up being around her age, and like, wow, maybe I can do this, or maybe I can go, to that gym class, or whatever it may be that they don't think they can do at this age anymore. And she's like, look, I'm dancing. You guys can do what you need to do. So
she looks incredible.
I feel like she relates to a lot of generations, and I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I think that will get her far with the votes, and I think that people will want to see her. Like, I want to see her because I grew up watching the reruns of Brady Bunch, obviously, on TV. Right. And, like, parents watched that in the regular, not reruns, so when it was first airing, so... And
I haven't really watched the Brady Bunch, but I'm still invested in her.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that, because this emotion that she has with the whole journey, it really is drawn me into her, and I do feel like she wants it so bad, and she's working so hard, and that schedule that they must be doing in rehearsals,
it's insane.
Grueling.
I will tell you right now.
Yeah, and she's going on like a trooper. And it's showing. It's really showing. She's improving, and she's a beautiful dancer. Yeah, and I hope she goes far.
I will say top 5.
I'd say top 7. I don't know where it's going to go. I just don't know with this intense of a schedule. If after week 3, or at week 3, she's this tired.
I feel like if there was no injuries, she would stay.
She will go. Yeah, I hope so.
I think if she was out, it'd be injuries that got her out.
Possibly, yeah. And Artem is an incredible teacher.
So good.
So strict and so good.
I like that he was partnered with her. I'm happy about that partnership.
It's a good partnership.
And then the last pairings were Lori and Val, and Mary Lou and Derek.
Yes. Interesting. Lori and Val.
Yes, I have
incredible.
I have to tell you guys something that I read about them, but we will. So I don't know if you guys know. You probably do if you're a huge Dancing with the Stars fan. But Lori is blogging for OK Magazine. So if you want to like get a weekly kind of blog from Lori about her experience, she writes it herself. Go to okmagazine.com, and there's a little tab, and you click in, and it's there. So she was talking about that Val's she's doing this gymnastics show, so she doesn't get to practice here with everyone else. They have to travel, so Val has to travel with her.
Oh my goodness.
So they travel, and they find dance studios wherever they can, wherever city they're in, and they dance. And she said because they've had to travel, she feels like she's bonded with him a lot more, because you really know someone when you live with them. Yeah. And they are like brother sister. She says that all the time. And she was really nervous about this tango because she's so used to being goofy and showing that goofy side that she was nervous if she could keep a straight face with Val. Because they kind of crack jokes all the time. But she said she was really excited because she wanted to be able to keep a straight face and show that serious side to America. That hello, I could be serious. I'm a grown woman. I'm teenage, but still.
And she did it.
She did it. She nailed it. That straight face. And she was very intense.
And she wasn't over the top with it.
No.
It didn't look fake. It looked very authentic, and it looked, even though what did she say? She was smelling
a cheese quesadilla.
That's
so
cute. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I don't know. When she was in the moment, she was very
in
emotional.
the moment.
And her and Val have such a connection. And
They
maybe
do.
that's why. Maybe that is why.
Because they do travel, and the other ones just kind of come to rehearsal and bye,
Yeah,
you know.
and they have that connection, and it's trust, you know, when you're
Yes,
dancing,
and you have to
have that trust. Yeah,
You do. And I have to say, I think it's funny that she was like, I just sleep with a teddy bear. You know, I don't know. Because Val was like, touch my face. And she's like, what? She's so cute. And like how he was like, it takes two to. And she...
do a good job.
Yeah.
Usually do a good routine.
It was another song lyric I should have written down. But it's supposed to be it takes two to tango. And she's like, it takes two to make the things go right.
Oh, yeah,
That's what it was. And she's like... No, not that song. Like, wait, we're talking about tango. This is a lesson. I will say I'm kind of bummed on Carrie Ann that she deducted 1 point for them for the lift. I thought that's...
Well, they know the rules. I'm with Carrie Ann. You know, if everybody... Then they had one up on the other... On, who was it? Mary Lou. You know?
Right.
Mary Lou and Derek didn't. So then how can you compete? You have to have the same rules. Especially if this is the week where we're all doing the same dance and we're comparing one with the other. You know, I think they should have stuck to it. But then sometimes they don't bother about it.
Yeah,
and, you know.
I was surprised that she was being a stickler this week. Maybe because she couldn't talk, she needed something, you know.
Yeah.
So I can't give my comments, but I'm gonna just deduct one because of this.
Yeah.
But they just end up still winning the face-off. They were 31, and Mary Lou and Derek were 28. I will have to say with their tango though, I loved the end pose with Mary Lou, like linked arm dip that she did with Derek, and her hand just hurt, like it looked like extended forever, and just her whole body just gorgeous. Down, and just the line, and like I always say, like, think picture when you're dancing.
Yeah.
You know, like you're constantly making picture. Like if someone's taking pictures, you want them to get great shots of your lines, of your hands, of your posture, and just that end shot. And she held it for a minute for that picture. And I was like, yes, where's my camera? Let's get this picture. I thought that she did a great dance. I thought that her tango was definitely slower than Lori and Val's, I felt like. But I still did enjoy it. And they are technically, I mean, in the bottom, not bottom, but in the chance to go home tomorrow because they didn't win this face off. Yes.
Yeah. I think, she looks the part. She looks stunning.
Yeah.
Her body is a dancer's figure.
Dancer's body, yeah.
And she knows how to hold herself and how to extend her lines, which helps. To me, I think that routine was a little bit advanced for week 3 and for her. And I think, sadly, it made her look like she was kind of trying to catch up with Derek the whole time.
Yeah.
Whereas if maybe it had been slightly easier, I mean, I don't know, maybe she did it perfect in rehearsals, but possibly if it was slightly easier, it would have made her look better, you know, than giving her something a little bit too hard. But hey, Derek seems to do very well on this show, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yes. And she's, she's making massive improvements every week.
Is. So. And she looked great. Honestly, I think out of everyone, she gave me the most pictures, if that makes sense, like during her dance.
And that's also a testament to Derek's choreography.
Yes. So they both, I thought they did a great job. I mean, this is how it goes. It's a face-off, so one of them has to be in that category. And now Mary Lou and Derek are up. And if you guys did like them, please go vote, obviously, for your favorite couple. But before we very quickly wrap it up, I'm just going to recap for you who is in the bottom of going home tomorrow. And it's Allison and Babyface, Rick and Emma, Ryan and Cheryl, Tara Jolie and Sasha, Amber and Max, and Mary Lou and Derek, with the top being Calvin and Lindsay, and the absolute bottom being Rick and Emma. So, top meaning top score. Calvin and Lindsay weren't in that list, but I'm just meant overall score. So please go vote for your favorites. We will quickly recap tomorrow night's show next Monday.
Yeah. I can't wait for tomorrow. I want to hear everything that everybody's been saying. It's
going to be great. It's going to be a fun show.
Yeah.
Just quickly before we go, who would you say out of that group that I just named is going to go home tomorrow?
I think possibly it will be Amber, but yeah, for me it would probably be Amber right now. I'm just not seeing as much improvement in her as I am with the others. Although possibly it'll be Rick, but then I think the voters seem to love Rick. So.
Yeah, I think it'll be between Rick and Babyface. That would be my guess. I know. I do too. I do too. I do too. Trust me, I really do. But I'm thinking like
just
voters and stuff.
Okay.
So that would be my guess. That's it. I mean, we'll see. Let us know what you guys think before tomorrow's show. Tell them where they can find you.
You can follow me on Twitter at LadyLBH. Thank you for watching.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at AnnikaMichelle1 and my website, AnnikaMichelle.com. Thanks for watching, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.